So Sony plans on releasing its add-on for the PS4, which is rather interesting to me because it's the first time in a long while we've seen a console get an add-on, and I believe the last time a console has ever gotten an add-on was the Sega Genesis, or I believe that was the one and only console that got upgraded, unless you count accessories or peripherals or stuff like that. But then again, they don't really count as real upgrades. I mean real upgrades that change the hardware of the console in some way. There were definitely a lot of planned add-ons, which led to the creation to the PlayStation. And when I say that, a lot of you might know what I'm talking about, but this is very off topic, which is what I tend to do in these news topic videos. But anyways, I'll move on to what I've read in the article. PS4's upcoming add-on will be codenamed Neo. So it's going to be named after that guy from The Matrix, that one overrated movie that I didn't really care much about. But anyways, PS4 games will need a base mode and a Neo mode. So basically meaning when they eventually do release the add-on, that doesn't mean a lot of the gamers who don't have the add-ons will be left out. So when newer games are released after the add-on, that means they'll still be capable. It's just they gotta choose modes, which is different. And older games can be upgraded with patches. So many games before the release of the Neo can be patched and upgraded to the Neo mode for higher frame rates and 4K resolutions, which is, from the article, it will help this console to be able to achieve those 4K resolutions, which could be interesting, but I don't know how soon 4K TVs will be affordable and be everywhere, because at one point, like, 1080p HD TVs were like expensive and not very common and weren't the norm, like during the time where SD TVs were more common and everyone used AV cables for their consoles, like with the PS2 and Xbox, like the generation before the 360 and PS3. But yeah, that's going to be interesting because I believe I've only witnessed 4K resolution in like YouTube videos, but I never really witnessed a 4K TV and saw something play in 4K, which would be interesting. I think I would be able to witness 4K with if I got a new computer monitor and a new graphics card. But anyways, still going off topic. Personally, I don't know. It just really goes to show that both Microsoft and Sony, surprisingly Sony, really flunked out on the hardware. They really did. Especially Xbox with its reveal. They talked about television, anything other than games, and the Kinect. They concentrated on something nobody gave a shit about. They concentrated on anything other than the games, and because of that, the original plan for the Xbox probably led to many hardware difficulties and why many Xbox games are at lower resolution compared to PS4 games, which isn't really saying much. As pointed out in my console fanboys and videos, 1080p isn't really a lot. Not really. Like, it's 1080p is very common now. Like, basically, at this point, it will someday will become the 480p of today. The new 480p, or whatever you want to call it. And I really wish they took more time with the hardware, because let's remember, with the PS3 and 360, when they were first released, they were the most powerful hardware at their time. And I believe when the 360 were released, it was more powerful than any other PC at the time. Now, obviously, they're old, and unlike PCs, consoles can't be upgraded, so they stick with the same hardware. And that's what consoles have been known for, the convenience, and not dealing with the same bullshit PCs tend to deal with, which is kind of a lot of PC elitists don't really like to point out a lot, like optimization issues and the 50-50 chance a game is going to work at release, and there's also another 50-50 chance on whether a game that's 5 or 6 years old, even a game from 2007, may or may not work on newer hardware. And I bear witness to this when I tried playing Kane and Lynch Deadman, which is a game, while known by a certain review by a certain someone at GameSpot and got fired and was known for that, and was average, but found it to be a little interesting. And I like Heat, and it's kind of one of my most favorite crime films, right next to Goodfellas. And yeah, consoles are known for optimization, sticking to the same hardware, and not dealing with, like, it's definitely a lot harder to develop or update PC games than it is their console counterparts, because you have to account for different hardware every time. Are they using AMD CPUs? Are they using NVIDIA GPUs? Yada, yada, yada. There's probably more people using NVIDIA GPUs than AMD. I don't know. I may be talking out my ass there, but anyways, I hope, if there's ever going to be another conventional console, that they stick with better hardware, so we don't have to deal with upgrades. Because if I've heard correctly, that upgrading the Genesis was a pain in the ass and probably was a waste of money, because when the 32X especially was released, it was only a few months before the I forget what the system after that was called. Forgive me, because I forgot the name on that. But anyways, it became a chore. There's a bunch of plugins and all that, and I saw the AVGN video, and when you look at it, it was really a pain in the ass. And I don't think that's something people really want to deal with. But anyways, that's my thoughts. Anyways, I'm the Canadian, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully sometime soon I can get a fully edited video out sometime soon. But we can only hope for the best with my channel. But anyways, see ya.